Hey
Hello.
everyone, how is everyone tonight?
Hello. I'm well. How are you?
I am good. My allergies are kicking my butt, but other than that, I'm all right.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, so
All right. Hi, everyone.
hi
All
Ruth, hi
right.
Sandy, Pam, hi Larry, Wallace, Tara, PF, Divine Relaxation and Sleep. Hello. I think that's what I need right now. Maybe my allergies will take a hike. Hi, Spartacus and Val, Green Thumb. How are Jersey girl? How are you? Hi, Terry.
Oh, yeah. So a little bit of an allergy issue tonight, huh?
Yeah, it's the pollen. I can't help it. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
bad. The
Oh
pollen's
my.
really bad.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how many of you guys got that alert today? Okay. Autumn and I were talking about it earlier. I did not get it. I don't know how many people got it or what it was.
Yeah, but like I said, I got it on my old phone that I no longer use. It doesn't even have a SIM card in it. I didn't get it on my new phone, which was strange. So
How did you get it without a SIM card? That's odd.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
maybe because my old phone was at home with Wi-Fi. But then again, Sean was home and he didn't get anything.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Okay, because I had heard that it could go up to midnight. I mean, it could be on a different day, but ultimately heard it was supposed to be today.
Okay.
Um, but if some people got it, I would imagine it's all being done at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. But I didn't get
Even
it
if
on
you,
my new phone.
yeah. So even if you're in a different time zone, you'd still technically all get it at the same time.
Yeah, and I was waiting for it because at 2:20 I was in Sam's Club with mom. So I was
Oh,
surrounded by hundreds of people and I was
right.
waiting for everybody's phones to start going off. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So who knows what it was, whether it was just, hey, look, a shiny object, let's pay attention over here. You know, I don't know.
Could be.
Um,
Could be.
um, I just know that no matter what I'm doing, I'm keeping my head on a swivel
Oh yeah.
because I think you just have to expect the unexpected these days,
Hmm.
you know. And
Without a doubt.
on this end, I've been going through Canamania here this weekend again. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Six more flats of quart jars with chicken and pork.
Heck yeah.
Um, uh, but I still don't feel the release to stop or even cut back. And honestly, I'd like to, but I'm just not. I'm not feeling that release yet.
Right.
What about you?
No. Like when we were at Sam's, I just felt the need for some reason to buy more stuff for my dogs and the cats, not so much us. I just feel like I'm not prepped enough for my animals.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah,
So I bought them a whole bunch of stuff, um, like their flea and tick, their topical solution for their flea and tick. They got their baths last night. More snacks for them, because they're spoiled, rotten brats anyway. I get my deliveries for their food through Chewy, but, I just felt like I had to buy more for them. I
Yeah.
bought a few things for us, but I bought more for them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Something told me buy for them today, so I did. I
Yeah.
don't know
Well,
why.
that's what we did here this weekend with Nikki's pup, Zuzu that you guys met.
Yeah,
Just stocked up on food and I don't know why, but it was just one of those times that felt like that too. So
yeah,
we were in sync on that, right?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it just does not, it seems to be like an endless, nonstop thing to just
yeah. And then, like
fill
you,
yourself.
I have been canning like a son of a gun for the past week.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I canned what what was it, like 20 pounds of ground meat, 20 pounds of chicken, 20 pounds of pork. I did 5 pounds of stew meat. I did 30 pounds of potatoes, 20 pounds of carrots. So I did a lot, you know, because you
Yeah.
can only do like 3 sessions, 3 canning sessions in a day. Because,
Yeah.
even though it only says, well, it's 90 minutes
Right.
for the quart
Right.
jars of meat,
Right.
it's a lot longer than just 90
Okay.
minutes.
Right.
It's
Right.
like
You got
more
the,
like 3 hours for each
yeah. Yeah.
session.
Right. You get your startup time, your cool down time, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
it is.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
In
So,
general, that's how I do it. I do 3 sessions a day. But last
yeah.
Monday, I either just got ahead of myself starting early or condensed it a little bit because at one point I did have 2 loads of pints that I did and they're done for less time. I ended up doing
Yeah.
4 sessions that day.
Right.
So
Well, if you're doing pints, yeah.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit less. So it worked well in that respect. I ended up with 2 sessions of pints and 2 sessions of quarts. But no matter what, like I said, no matter what you're canning, for me personally, I just feel like the more protein I can put on the shelf, the better the better off I'll be.
Well,
And
sure, but it's
that's
like
what I'm doing. Yeah,
the prices of meats right now is going
right,
up so exponentially.
right.
I can't afford it.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah,
I really,
right. So
yeah,
as it goes further and further up, right, it's going to price people out,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
It really
And I
is.
think at that point they'll be pushing their, uh, let's say, plant-based fake meat, right? But that
Right,
doesn't necessarily mean they'll be pushing it at cheap prices. I think they'll be pushing it at more affordable prices. But I think they're just going to price people out on the meats,
right,
you know,
right,
and add the supply chain issues to begin with. That'll just
right.
make it work. So yeah, I'm just trying to, not can everything that I come across, but as much protein as I possibly can,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I think I want to go and get more. For some reason, I love canning potatoes.
Okay.
I know, I'm crazy. So I think I'm gonna go get more potatoes and carrots and can more of those. I don't
Okay.
know why. So don't ask. I have an obsession with potatoes and carrots.
Okay. Okay. I have done some. I think I've done more carrots than potatoes, but for the potatoes and stuff, I think I'm mostly settling on doing the potato flakes and doing them in Mylar bags
Yeah.
to keep them longer term
Yeah.
and
Well,
stick with that because that's what I do with most potatoes anyway, is I make them
yeah,
into mashed potatoes.
right. Well, what I would like to do is I want to try and do like meals in a jar, like shepherd's pie in a jar. But you
Oh,
can't really do mashed potatoes in a jar. So do regular potatoes with the corn and the ground beef in a jar. Maybe. I don't know. Is that possible?
no,
No?
no. You would, no, the corn and the beef is done for the same amount of time. They're done for 90 minutes, but you wouldn't put mashed potatoes or potatoes in with it. You would want to go with a flaked you know, what do you call it? Yeah, just
Yeah.
the potato flakes. So you'd want to have them separate. I understand the meal in a jar thing, but that would be more if it was going to be freeze dried. Yeah,
And I
not
couldn't
pressure can.
freeze dry.
Right. Not pressure can though. That would be entirely different. When you start adding vegetables and meat into the same jar, it gets complicated. Even though they're for the same length of time, you don't want to do that.
All right.
At that point, stick with the potato flakes, a can of corn, and do the ground beef pressure canned. And you've got everything that you need right there.
Okay.
Yeah. The meals in a jar are great if they're the
Freeze dried.
freeze dried. Yeah. And that's about the only way. Yeah. So great idea, but so I saw that you had done something with regard to Bosnia. You want to enlighten us anything, at all with regard to that?
I did. This was actually sent to me by a subscriber. And when I read it initially, I was so intrigued. And I thought, wow, this has got to be out there. People have to know about this. And because this, in my opinion, okay, I mean, I could be wrong, but this could very much well be us shortly. It could be. I'm not saying, yes, it's going to be. I said it could be, you know?
Right.
So this man, okay, he lives, I don't know if he still does, but he lived in Bosnia from 1992 to 1995, okay? And he described surviving the Bosnian War during the collapse of the grid, the financial system, and he wanted to, give a detailed explanation of what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so just eye-opening. And a lot of people had commented saying, because he gave a list of what you should really be stockpiling on right now.
Right.
And I was intrigued because if this is what we should be stockpiling on, then maybe we should focus more on these items than anything else.
Okay.
So and he also described what people were willing to do in order to eat.
Yeah.
And that alone was what nightmares were made out of.
Yeah.
And for our version of Spam, but they called it Tushonka, you could buy a woman for a can of Spam. Yeah. Because times were so desperate then that a woman would be willing to sell herself for a can of Spam so she could eat. Now, I know that like 95% of my viewers and your viewers are women. So I want our viewers to sit here, and I want you guys to envision yourself in a real SHTF situation. And I want you to think, are you prepared enough right now with all of your preps So you don't have to make this sacrifice. Because this is something that I would never do. But then again, would you? Because you're hungry. Your children are hungry. Your husband is hungry. Your elderly parents are hungry. So as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, would you make that ultimate sacrifice?
It's a sobering thought, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that's why when you had asked me the question the other day, when do we stop prepping? And I said, what is your gut telling you?
Yeah.
Now, with knowing this, I'm going to ask you again. What is your gut telling you?
Yeah. And for me personally, obviously, I'm saying, okay, keep stacking, but I'm also saying keep stacking for other people because I don't want other people to have to make that decision either. So, and that's something that, you know, everybody has to take and bring back to their own space and sit with that and say, oh my God, this isn't just Bosnia, because this has happened in Greece. This has happened in Cyprus. This has happened in Venezuela. This is happening in Bosnia, or happened in Bosnia. If people think that that can't happen here, you're very, very wrong. Because the writing is on the wall. So that's one of my reasons for saying, okay, let's kick it up a notch. Let's keep going and get refreshed, even though we're exhausted in doing this. Let's keep going. You know, you're paying for it now, but you won't have to pay for it later, right? You know, keep going.
I mean, I hate to be that person to, you know, show you or even explain to you that reality, but that was that reality for those women in that country. Do we want that reality here to hit any one of these people in this comment section right now?
Right.
Or you, or me, or Nikki, my mom, my sister?
Yeah.
No.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with being a realist, okay? You know, saying what the truth is. Instead of being that ostrich that buries their head in the sand and says, oh, that can't happen here. You have a chance to deal with it now. You know, or those people that are on here that are probably husband and wife teams, you want to have that happen with your daughters, your wives, just to be able to feed the family. Really? I don't think so. It's a sobering thought.
Yeah.
But it hits home, and I'd rather hit you at home now with that than have you hit at home with it later.
Right. who's Nikki? Nikki is Trisha's best friend. They've been best friends for ever.
Yeah. Yeah, Nikki's here on the other side. You just don't see her on camera.
Yeah.
So, none of us, like I said, nobody wants to think about that kind of thing. But the reality is, when people get really hungry, they get really desperate.
Yeah.
And that's just, in many ways, human nature,
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I mean, if you want that list, the article, the link to the article is in the description box of that video. So you can always go back and read that article and see the list that I was talking about and what he said to stockpile on and stuff like that. But
well,
it's
most of those
that we really have to think about.
Right. Most of those items you were mentioning too, that he was now thinking back and saying, okay, we really, we could have gotten more of that, or yes, we did have some of this and we're grateful we did. Those particular items that he's mentioning are really inexpensive right now.
Yeah.
Really inexpensive. And, it's anything from Bic lighters all the way to what have I been telling you guys all along? A little bit of this shiny stuff. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a lot, just something.
Yeah.
So knowing that we're in the midst of a failing economy, and if you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you. But we're in the midst of a failing economy that really has no chance of reversal. There's a sobering thought. There is no chance of reversal for this. Why?
No.
The Fed has printed so much money to inflate their own balance sheet. That is the whole purpose of what they're doing. It's not to help the American public. It's to inflate their balance sheet. So when I say stuff like that, don't get angry at me. Get angry at the Fed. A private company who is destroying the United States by printing, and printing yet again. Today, I was talking to Autumn earlier, but today we've got new record highs for the stock market yet again. Shocker, right? Shocker. The Dow Jones, new record high. S&P 500, new record high. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. What they're doing, and it's the Federal Reserve doing it. Who do you think's propping it up? It's them. With regard to that, they're trying to suppress all the real assets. Gold, silver, cryptocurrencies. They're trying to do everything they can to bring them down so that you guys don't profit. You need to take a look at those dips that are in those real assets, even though cryptocurrency, okay, you don't hold it, it's digital, I understand that. But if you have it in a digital wallet, it is technically in your name and you own it. So with regard to those, whether you like crypto or not is immaterial to me. What I'm saying is if you can afford it, get it on the dips. Because it will go up. As a matter of fact, crypto is in the process of surging again right now. So for those that held on, keep holding on. For those of you that bought some of that shiny stuff, it's probably on sale right now. That doesn't mean sell it. It means buy a little more shiny stuff and hang on to it.
Yeah.
Just hang on to it. Basically, nothing that the Fed is doing is going to make the stock market go lower. Not right now. There will come a time, but not right now. So when the stock market is making record high after record high, you have to ask yourself, Why? In a failing economy, why does it keep going up? It's because as they're printing all this stimulus money, there's a good amount that you don't see in that printing of money, and it goes right into the stock market. So every time you get a little something, they get a lot more, and it goes in, and it makes the rich richer every single time. A really good example of that is crude oil. So you guys kind of know me a little bit now on here. You know that that's what I do, finances in the stock market. So I wanted to mention that to you. Today it had an epic turnaround. And Biden, what does he want? He wants to cut back a little bit on the oil because, oh, energy is too high, right? Well, what did OPEC do? OPEC turned around and laughed at him. They're not going to change that. They're not going to lower the energy prices for the people at all. So what is OPEC doing? They're laughing at him. Anytime he comes out and says, oh, well, we're going to do everything we can to reduce the cost of energy.
Right.
It's just one big laugh fest for them. They're never going to listen to him. Right now, the 10-year yield is in an excellent position. It's holding strong. It's steady. But for those people that are looking for a stock market crash right now, you need to listen up. It's not going to happen. Not right now. The Fed isn't done printing. They're not done inflating their balance sheet. Not by far. They still have all the SDRs that got to be issued. And well, who do you think's the one doing it? It's the Fed. Okay. So anyone that's turning around and saying, well, there's going to be a market crash in August or in September, don't listen to them. Not yet. It's not time for it. When this hyper bubble goes parabolic, because it's just hypering right now, it's going up a little bit at a time. But when it goes parabolic, that's when the crash becomes biblical, because it'll be a straight downward descent, but we're nowhere near it. They're going to keep printing and keep printing. The one thing I've always stressed with you, Autumn, is that you have to remember what their goals are, right? What their goals are. And with the Fed, they can't taper on anything right now. They can't, because what is their goal? Their goal is to inflate their balance sheet. If they taper, well, their balance sheet has to taper, because that's where the money's really going. So this way, as they inflate, as they steal the American futures money and give you pittance for a check, they're stealing back the remainder of it, putting it into the stock market itself, hyperinflating that, charging everybody else more money for the houses and the mortgages that you're taking out, because that's hyperinflating at the same time. What's going to happen? Bubbles can't keep growing forever. It's got to end at some point. It's just not time yet. I'll let you know when it is, but it's not time yet. So if they stop, what happens? It doesn't just come down straight. What happens is you get a credit freeze. Nobody can get loans for anything at all. They can't afford that. The entire system will fail. It'll flatline. And then when the people see that and the people lose confidence, because that's all this is the people still think it will keep going. But when they lose confidence, oh, well, now what happens? It starts to come down, and then boom, straight down. But not yet. When that happens, that's when you're going to see your Mad Max. People have been talking about that, right? That's going to happen afterwards.
All the time. All the time. Mad Max, Mad Max. And I'm like, you don't really want to get that.
No, you don't want it. But everything will stop. Period. The end. It will stop. Credit freeze across the board. You won't be able to buy a car. You won't be able to buy a house. You won't be able to do a damn thing. And the dollar isn't going to be worth a damn thing either, so you can't even use that. What do you got? These babies. I've been telling you that from day one. This is it. Because even at that point, is cryptocurrency going to cover your butt? Probably not. Because the only way you can really then deal with crypto is you have to convert it back to what? This? Might as well light it on fire. So it's a very sobering thought of what's coming. It's not great by any means, but we're not in control of that. All we can do is tell you, hey, look, here's some good ideas. Here's some good tips. Here's what we see coming. You know, having been in the banking industry with Goldman Sachs and several others, I have good information. So what Autumn and I have been talking about is developing a newsletter for all of her subscribers and for mine. And I'm sure most of my subscribers are her subscribers, just people that jumped over to my channel. But we want to develop a newsletter for you guys. I'd like to find out and see who's interested. If you guys want to shoot me an email, see if you're interested in it. At some point, we'll do it. And I'd like to do it maybe for the first of the month, whether it's September or October, I don't know. But with this newsletter, I really wanted to try to make sure you guys on a regular basis and ahead of time are ahead of the curve, whatever's coming. From a financial perspective for me, on my end, and anything that I am given intel-wise. And if you think I don't get any, you're wrong. So what I do get, I can give. There are some things I can't always, but you know, I'm not one of those ones that get the envelope under the door. But I do get information that they say don't hand this out to more than one person or two people at a time. So at that point, I'd just be handing it out on a newsletter one at a time. Anyway, here's an idea. Send me an email. Let me know if you're interested. This will be a compiling from both Autumn and myself. One that's called Our Channel. So it's Our Channel newsletter. And we'll do it monthly, the beginning of the month. If you guys are interested enough, let me know. And we'll see if we can do it. I believe we can. I'm actually going to develop it no matter what, but I want to see who's interested in it. So, again, it's to keep you guys ahead of the curve, and it won't always be super serious, but I want to make sure that you guys are on the right side of all these crazy things that are now our new normal. So, what do you think about the idea?
Yeah. I love it. And everybody in here is saying, oh my gosh, great idea. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. That's good. I hadn't looked at the comments. I really just wanted to say it and not look at it initially. So, you know, just something something different. And we'll you know, vary it from month to month, but make sure that you have good inside info with regard to financial and other things that are coming up. Not all of it is going to be top secret, but yeah, something that is a compiling of the two of us. So anyway, what else do you have that you wanted to do for tonight, Autumn?
Well, for those of us in Florida and in the Gulf Coast,
yes,
you know, please make sure you are stocked up and ready for this tropical storm, because you know, as soon as it hits the Gulf waters, it's going to strengthen. It might even hit to you know, category 1. So just make sure you're stocked up for Fred. All right. So
is that what they named it, Fred?
Fred, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, yeah. I know one of your subscribers here
Uh-huh.
in a recent chat asked about discussing 5G. And I am putting something together coming up to discuss 5G, but I do want to let you know that so far with regard to 5G and Starlink, which is the name of it, it's going to be the name of the new internet. We've got 12,000 satellites in the air so far, and apparently we have 25,000 more to go. That's an awful lot. I
Yeah.
don't know why you need that many, but okay. Maybe it's because they're doing it worldwide. That would be my guess. So as I have more on that, we can discuss it. One thing I will say that I'm very, very grateful for, somebody posed the idea to me last year about investing in it. And I'm very glad I didn't, because I don't care how much money it makes me. That is one thing I don't want the responsibility for. So we can talk about that coming up.
All right. Oh, one more thing, if you don't mind. This General Burger, Berger,
Yes.
no mandatory arm candy for the Marine Corps. So I just wanted to let everybody know my son is safe. Okay. He is not letting the Marines get this. So the Marines are safe from getting this damn thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I am so, when I found out last night, I almost lost my mind. I called Andrew, I sent him the article, and he goes, my son was going, that's my MF in general. I mean, he started screaming. He's like, I am so happy. Thank you, Mom. And I was just like, you're welcome, son. I said, you need to thank your general. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know, because I know I get emails every day asking about Andrew and stuff like that. And a few people had actually sent me forms, religious exemption forms and stuff like that. It looks like Andrew's not going to have to fill out any forms for religious exemption. So I'm so thankful. My prayers have been answered.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Jobs are requiring it now.
I
Many
know.
health insurance companies are requiring it now. Even if the job isn't, many health insurance companies are. So you may be able to stay at the job, but you wouldn't be able to keep the health insurance. And or
I know. And that's one thing that's scaring me. But what do they do with the people that have shellfish allergies or allergic to eggs? Because it says with every vaccine that if you have a shellfish allergy or an egg allergy, you shouldn't take any vaccine at all whatsoever.
yeah. And if the FDA were involved, then that would come up, right? But
Yeah.
they're not pushing that because the FDA really isn't, right?
Right.
So lots of places are requiring it. And that's my main concern. Okay, maybe you're allowed to stay at your job, but if they cancel the health insurance because one person or more won't take that shot, well, don't you think they'd have a little bit of peer pressure at work? Because they wouldn't just cancel health insurance for one person, they'd cancel it for the group. They're going to do everything they can to pit us against each other. And, I see them going so far as going neighbor against neighbor at some point, not right away, but it's coming. They'll say at some point, you don't want the unvaxxed in your community or in your neighborhood. That puts neighbor against neighbor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the idea that people have to be forced to retire early when they've worked so hard to get to where they are and maybe not get a pension because it's too early, or maybe they don't get paid out because of the way they left, or maybe they leave and they can't get unemployment, right? Because they opted out. Highly unfair. So everybody kind of has to handle that as they go. And college kids or kids in school, how do you handle that one? I mean, so many people have converted to homeschooling because you had to last year, but now they don't want to send them back just because of this. And I don't blame them. So sorry. Somebody was just asking for my email on here and for me to post it. I don't know if I put it in the comment, in the description box, but it's in the chat right now. So
Oh wait, there it is.
it should pop up. I don't know that you can click on it. You may not be able to click on it, but that's my email address. So
It's not there.
Tara, no? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, I put it in. Shows up at 7:43. Not in the description box. That's not what I said. It's in the
Okay.
in the chat. Tara, you can take the email address from there if you want. Anyway, so one of the things you'll find that they're going to start doing coming up, again, it's not happening yet, but coming up, is they're trying to say health insurance wise, well, you've got to get this. Well, they're also going to do that with other types of insurance. In particular, some people call it life insurance. I call it death insurance because that's the only time it pays off. So they all have that little clause in it. That little clause that we've always talked about, force majeure. It's a way for them to not have to pay.
Yes.
When things get sticky, right? That gets sticky for them. They don't want to have to pay out. They just want your monthly checks. So any way they can avoid paying out, they will. And if you think in a life insurance policy, they won't use an experimental treatment, call it what you want, I really don't care. They will. So anyone who is paying on a current policy, you might want to check your policy and make sure there's no force majeure in there. Just a suggestion. Most of my friends have gotten it. That's the hard and sad part. People will think that things will go back to normal. They think that they'll be able to get their life back some way, somehow. Has
Yeah.
that happened yet?
There is no normal anymore.
No.
Or should I say what it was?
Yeah. It's just it's hard to believe that people would do it after standing strong for the longest time and doing it just so that you can go out to eat, go to a movie, do a few things, go shopping. I'm sorry. I'm not taking it. That's
No.
why we're prepping, right? That's why we're stacking to the ceiling. Do what you got to do to make sure that you can get through all of this, but also so that you don't have to become a human guinea pig. They didn't
Right.
even try this out on mice, for crying out loud. There were no animal trials. We are the animal.
You know what's funny is earlier when me and mom we were out driving, running errands and stuff like that. We happened to pass by the movie theater. And she looked over and she said, "Wow," she said, "it's been like 20 years since I've been to the movies." I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's been about the same amount of time for me." I said, "Well, no." I said, "Andrew, the last time I took Andrew to the movies," I said, "he was about 10." I said, "And then, he started going with his friends." I said, "So it's been about 13 years since I've been to the movies." And then, you just said, "Well, we won't be able to go to the movie theaters and stuff like that. And, if we don't get to the vaccines." And I'm like, it wouldn't even bother me if I couldn't go to a movie theater. I haven't been to the movie theaters in 13 years. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? A-
I do.
And to go out to eat, uh, I cook every night. That wouldn't bother me.
Yeah. You know what I think of when I think of movie theaters, unfortunately? Um,
Pay too much money.
no, that's not even my first thought by far. My first thought is the sticky floors and the uncomfortable seats. I'm okay at home. I really am. I mean, come on, how many movie theaters have you walked in and go, "Oh, this one's nice and clean"? No, it's usually, "Oh, what's that?" No.
Yeah. I think like a movie ticket around here is like $15.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna miss that,
Right.
because someone had actually said to me, "Can you please do a video on SHTF entertainment?" And I'm thinking, I did that one of those last year, but I guess I can do a new one.
Hmm.
But there's not much more that I could actually do that's new that I haven't already thought of, you know?
Right.
So I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, I figure if you're paying about the same for a DVD than you are for one ticket, you know,
Yeah.
I would much rather have better snacks at home, be more comfortable, watch it in my own time, and not have to go out and, sit with a bunch of other heads in front of me. No, thanks.
Yeah.
No, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Yeah, Tara, and you can also hit pause when you're home.
oh
You
yeah, yeah.
know, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
Hit
No more coming
pause,
back.
go to the
What did I miss?
bathroom.
What did I
Yeah, yeah. Hit pause and go to the bathroom. There you go. We're all set. Um, oh, I like TL's idea. Come back with chocolate cake. There you go. Right? Okay. Yeah. Much better. Much better.
miss?
Yeah. So, honestly, I think about the only thing, if I think about restaurants and the idea of not necessarily going to them anymore, but the only thing I can picture myself missing is a really good steak because I don't like to cook steak. And it's always much better when you go out and get it, at least for me.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I can think of. But with the prices these days and what's going to be coming up for the prices, I'll offset it. I'll offset missing the idea of really good tasty steaks in the restaurant by the fact that they're probably going to be 50 or 60 bucks before long. And then I wouldn't want to go anyway. So, I heard that they're doing a lot more with regard to New York and this whole pokey.
Ah, okay.
Well, just, combination of Jason's videos and a few others that I've seen that they're mandating, you know. So I haven't seen that kind of thing around here.
Mm-mm.
So I can't imagine it, to be honest. But knowing that it's hitting other places, well, I can't then say, well, it's only going to be in certain cities.
Mm.
I just can't picture it here yet. What do you guys think about that? The idea that it may become take it or, right? What do you think?
Well, I guess now Andrew is safe, right?
Yeah.
Sean, not so much.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to make that choice if he's ready to take early retirement or not.
Right.
Next July 2022 will be his 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can keep doing this, take it or test it type thing until next year, then he can retire next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even want just the thought, it scares the hell out of me.
Yeah. I hear you. That's one of the reasons why I told you I'd come on here and help you build your channel and other things, There's
Yeah.
so many people just like you on here. That's why we're doing this, to make sure people have alternate sources of income, because we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have a choice. And how long is that gonna last? We don't really know, but I'd rather be early on getting that
Yeah.
than late. So,
I mean, am
yeah.
I scared? I don't know. Like, I think the only thing I'm really scared of is Sean having to take it and an actual SHT, like what the conversation we were having the other day, an actual SHTF situation going down to where, like, I wouldn't be able to, because a lot of people email me all the time,
Yep.
being able to find alternatives to my prescriptions. I have found a lot of alternatives for my current prescriptions, except for one. I cannot go one day without taking this. So I don't know what I would do. Those are my two fears.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So for any of you that are out there that are on continuous medication that you can't afford to stop,
yeah.
what do you do? What are you guys doing to get on the better side of that or can you stockpile in any way to make sure you're okay? You know, that's the hard part. You can stockpile the food, but if you're on some kind of life-saving medication,
Yeah.
you got to make sure you can get that too.
Yeah. You know, like my one medication, like I was telling you about, is called Orion. I cannot miss one day of being on that medication.
Yeah.
And there is no alternative. Not one.
Yeah.
So, like I even found an alternative to Prozac. It's that ashwagandha or whatever it's called.
Ashwagandha, yeah.
That actually works better than the Prozac does.
Yeah. And
I
you can
found
get it.
what?
I was going to say, and you can get it.
Yeah. I actually found, you know, alternatives to my cholesterol medication, my blood pressure medication, stuff like that. My thyroid medication. I found alternatives.
Yeah.
But not the Orion.
Right. But I guess my point in saying that is you researched it enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people need to do. You need to take the proactive approach of finding out, obviously, you know what you're on, you know what you need, find a way to either get something that is an alternative or to stockpile what you can and make sure that you can keep it cool and dry or whatever the circumstances are for that. Get what you need.
Sharon, you know what? That would be a really great idea to have a show where we can discuss the alternatives that we have found. But I would probably get kicked the hell off and be banned for life if I did that. Because a lot of my alternatives are medical. So,
Yeah.
but you know what? That is one of the reasons why me and Trish wanted to do this um, newsletter this monthly newsletter, so I can do these things and she can do her part and I can do my part, because we can't discuss this type of thing on
Right.
here because we can get in a lot of freaking trouble.
Right.
You know?
And then, yeah, and there's always going to be something that myself personally, I know I can't talk about on here.
Right.
One, it would, well, it wouldn't be safe for me. Let's put it that way.
Right on.
That doesn't mean I can't say it. I just have to watch how I do it.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's also a good way in keeping in touch with email, and you guys have the email address now. It's the same one I've been using, you know, for other things that we do on here. But by, you know, sending me an email on there, you can put in topics or any questions, anything. And I don't know, maybe it's something we put together small stories on, topics of the week or the month or whatever it is.
Right.
And it gives not just feedback from you guys, but what you really want to hear about.
Right.
Because that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we're helping you guys, but also giving you the kind of information that you're looking for that maybe you haven't found somewhere else, or
Right.
maybe you want some more clarity on, you know?
Right.
So,
And yeah, Lori, I would go to Rumble, but the last time I tried to upload to Rumble, it took me 24 hours to upload a 15-minute video. I don't have enough time in a day to sit around and wait.
yeah. on my phone. I apologize. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting one message after another up on my phone here. So if you hear it keep buzzing, I apologize, but I can't stop because that's the phone I'm using to do the live stream too. So if you keep hearing the buzzing, I apologize. So if for some reason any of these videos, shall I say, or live streams are taken down, or channels at any point, if they're taken down, that's also another really good reason to sign up for the newsletter, because then we'll be able to email you, you know, the info instead of, let's say both of the channels are down at once, which would be unfortunate, but if they are, then we can do it a little bit differently.
Right.
You know, so we can still get the info out to you guys. So just send me an email saying that you want to be on the list, and then I'll respond to all of you. It may take me a little bit, depending on how many I got last time I did that. We got thousands. So try it again and just say, put me on the list for the newsletter.
Right.
And I'll do that. So you'll hear from me. I secured some more coffee this week. Oh my God. Oh, yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah, exactly. You've probably noticed I'm not eating chocolate tonight, nor am I drinking coffee.
Oh my.
Because it's Wednesday night, not Friday night. So I'm not used to having it every evening. And I don't know that I want to get hooked on doing that. So I'm going to try not to. So
Yes, I'm actually text messaging Sean right now because he's out in the living room with mom. What, Patches? And asking him for please.
Oh, there you go.
Waiter. Yes, I do have coffee, Cyan. Yes. Yes, I am special now. Darn it.
So I have missed most of the questions. I apologize. But somebody did ask here, Mom, asking about rainbow dollars and are they real? It's not something I'm familiar with. I can't even answer that question. I can tell you that, yeah, we are going to be getting new paper dollars in the very near future. Paper. You and I, but me, did a video on it long before you and I ever went live, and I showed you what they were going to look like. So if anybody and everybody go back to the videos that we did before we ever went live. That's still me. I'm still the one that gave you all that, right? So there is a video about different paper currency. And if you notice on it, the presidents aren't presidents anymore. They are the Federal Reserve, right? They are going to go to a paper currency. It will happen before it goes digital. And then they'll be recalling most, if not all, of that paper currency from all of you. But the elite are going to still be able to have paper currency and digital if they want it, of course. So go back to that video and check out the paper currency. It is accurate. It is exact. That is what it will look like. When are we going to get it? I don't know exactly when, but it has been printed. So part of the stimulus that y'all think are going to other places, a portion of that goes towards printing that paper currency. So when they say, oh, well, you don't have the US dollar anymore, now you have these, and they look completely foreign because they are US, Canada, and Mexico combined. And then when it goes digital, you just turn in those dollars and they download the UBI money to your Fed account, to which you may or may not get a little card. I believe you will. A little card in which you can then use, because it will now all be digital. But the elite are going to be able to still use that paper currency from the Fed. Yep. Not us, though. One big group, but we're not in it. So, what is the name of that video? I believe
I just texted, or not texted, emailed Tara Douglas with the link to the video so she can put it in the chat.
I believe it has a phoenix as the thumbnail.
It does.
And then, yeah, so the phoenix is the thumbnail for the beginning of the video, and that talks all about the digital currency. But if you hang in and wait until the very end, you'll see the currency. Make sure you go to the end. So anything and everything that we have done from the beginning of the videos, when I was sending you that information by email, long before we were in live chat, it's all there, and it's all coming about. And what's that been, 6 months?
Yeah.
So anything that we're talking about now, you can probably plan in less than 6 months, because I'm usually a little ahead of the curve. And that's what I want to make sure we can keep you guys, is ahead of the curve. All right. So I'll never say I'm right about everything, because I'm not. But the major ones, I haven't been wrong about.
My Wendy, my email, I always put in the description box of all of my my videos. All right, Cyan, no problem.
Yeah, my my live chat here tonight has just been spinning and spinning. It's not fast whatsoever. So if I'm missing anything, put it in large letters and I'll try to catch it. DeFi Dad asking about XRP and ADA being linked to WEF. Yeah, absolutely. I will say, if you can get a hold of some XRP though and secure it in a wallet, it's gonna go parabolic. XRP is what the banks are gonna use, so grab it if you can. I'm not saying put your life savings in it, but you can put some money into it, hang on to it. Unlike a lot of people, I will not say to buy Bitcoin, even though I believe Bitcoin's going to go parabolic as well. I think it will go to 1 million easily, but I would not say put money into it, because it has to be really cheap for you to do it, unless you have a lot of money. I've been telling people to get in on it since it hit 3,000. It went up to 60 something thousand. So then, of course, it retraced. It always does, but it found a new floor, and now it's going to go higher again. So if you bought it and you hung on to it and you're kind of regretting jumping out at 60, don't regret it. Just hang on and keep it. Keep it secure. And if you got enough of a crypto that is profitable enough, don't hesitate to convert some of that to silver. It's the smartest thing you could do right now. If you've made money on crypto, convert some of it to silver while it's cheap, and then wait for that to go up and make even more. TN proper, XRP is just another crypto like Bitcoin, but different, and it's a whole lot cheaper. So how is the greenhouse going?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I know you have allergies and you're really wiped out tonight. Do you want to stay on a little bit longer, or you want to?
No, that's fine. Let's keep going. I'm fine. I'm
All right.
absolutely fine.
All right. I didn't want to wipe you out tonight. I know you're not feeling well. Do you guys have anything else that you're looking for from us tonight? I know this is a different night than we normally do, and I wasn't going to go super long, but if there's anything you guys want to hit on that we can either take on tonight or another night, let me know. Toss in some topics maybe for Friday night. I'll do my usual as I always do and keep you guys updated on the financial stuff. But whatever you got, let me know.
Oh no, TLWKY. I'm fine. It's the pollen. I'm allergic to pollen. So my eyes have been really itchy and watery and I can't breathe. It's because of my allergies. I can't help it. I feel nasally. It's driving me nuts.
Right. Mom asking, what other metals other than gold and silver should we try to secure? You know, I could give you a list of them, but to be honest, stick with silver. There's just something about it. One, it's the price point. Two, it is becoming more difficult to get, but it can still be gotten. You don't have to hunt for some of the other stuff. I would stick to silver. I really wouldn't recommend anything else right now. I don't think you're going to get enough bang for your buck, and I don't think you're going to have as broad of a buyer as you will with gold or silver. So given the fact that gold is a whole lot more, just stick with silver. You'll get a better return on it anyway. Sweet and Spicy asking, will copper go up in value if we go to a WAR?
Yeah.
Of course. Especially since copper is a main component in ammunition. Yes, of course. You know, if you got extra piping hanging around, keep it. Or you got extra pennies, although there's not as much copper in pennies as you think there is. Yeah, I'd hang on to it if you have it, but I wouldn't go seeking it out. I think if you're going to do that, get silver. It's much better. Angel asking about how do we prevent bugs from getting into pantry food? Well, that's all in how you seal it. If it's the 5-gallon buckets with the Mylar bags, you're not going to get any bugs in those because you're going to be using Mylar bags, right, that are sealed. And as long as that bucket is an airtight bucket, you won't get anything in them.
Right. Well, bay leaves. Bay leaves
Well,
is what I.
Yeah, in the buckets, but if you're not putting it in something that is an airtight container, expect it because you will get something in there. Even if it's just simple moths, you'll get something if you don't use airtight containers.
Yeah. Well, or cedar, not mothballs, but the cedar ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Aries Martin saying they can pop the gold and silver bubble at a whim too. Yeah, they can. They absolutely can. But the one thing about that is you're physically holding it, right? If you buy gold or silver, don't plan on selling it anytime soon. Get it and hang on to it. It will go up. That does not mean they won't suppress the price. I don't believe they're going to completely pop it. Can it go down? Yes. What you need to remember, if it does, is that it just went on sale. Get some more. And if you always do that, you'll be cost averaging. Some of it might cost you $30 an ounce. If it goes down, it might cost you $23 an ounce. Okay. But you can cost average by doing that and continuously lower the price if it's going downward. When it starts to go up, you need to look at how much do you have? Do you need any more? And get it before it goes up much more. And I don't push gold and silver because I'm making any money off of you guys buying it. I'm trying to do it to secure you guys with regard to the money that you have now that I know is going to be devalued. And yet these are going to go up. So I just want to make sure it goes up for you and not against you, because it's going to go up for the people who have these in their pocket. I want you guys to be in that group. Heather, should I buy 30 ounces of silver or a kilo? Always buy ounces. Don't buy bars. Don't do any of that. You want to think about how later to cash it in. And you want to cash it in smaller portions, not in larger portions. Okay, Val is asking ITM trading, and what was the other one? The other one is called Cornerstone Asset Metals. Personally, they're both good. Go with the one that you like better, or the one you get a better price from. I believe ITM has a minimum of 1,000 when you open an account with them. I'm not sure about Cornerstone, if they have a minimum or not. Sweet and spicy, what if you already have bars from years ago? Congratulations. If you do, hang on to them. Don't let them go. So, my next thing for prepping is going to be the stuff that's on the list from the guy from Bosnia. I'm going to be looking at that list.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
that's something that we should all be not studying. That's not the right word, but focusing on.
yeah, yeah. Be observant and learn from the history of Bosnia, right? What worked and what didn't work. And this is one guy's examples, but he's stating what he wished he had or what became more valuable when that happened. And none of us have been through this. None of us have truly experienced anything like this in this nation. So it's going to be a whole new world. And whatever we can do to put the advantage on our side, we need to find a way to do. So that's my goal next, is to take that list and look at it. And I don't care if it's as simple as, you know, a few extra packs of Bic lighters. What are they? $2, maybe?
Yeah.
$1? Grab them. Get $5 worth. So what? I don't care if you smoke or not, right? You don't need them for that. You need them for other stuff. Just get them and hang on to them. So Stephanie's asking what list. Stephanie, in one of Autumn's more recent videos, she was discussing a guy from Bosnia and the lessons that he learned when going through an economic collapse. You want to listen to that video. So go through, I don't know if it was a day or two ago, Autumn, that you did it. What was the title? Do you know? I don't remember the title. But it was within the last week. You really want to watch that video again and listen.
I had done a tropical update and I said, and we need to discuss an actual SHTF scenario.
Oh,
So, yeah.
yep. Laura is asking about 50-cent pieces. Would you hang on to those? I don't know that they're going to be hugely beneficial if they're 50-cent pieces or $1 from the bank, minimal silver. But if they're the 92 to 94% silver, yeah, get them. Ultimately, I'm saying is if you have them already, don't let them go.
Right.
Don't be parting with your change, regardless of what it is. Hang on to it. Anyway, do you have anything else you wanted to do tonight, Autumn?
No, I was looking through the article to look for the items because what I was going to do is type them into the
Oh,
comment section.
oh,
Yeah.
I watched the video, but I didn't actually read the article, so okay.
So that's what I'm going to do. I didn't know if there was anything else that you needed to discuss while I was doing this.
No, it's just, you know, I'm gonna rehash it, I guess, one more time and just let you know that um, pretty much what I have said before is that with all of these record highs in the stock market, people need to recognize what it really is. It's not the economy getting better because the stock market's going up. Not at all. And any real economist out there these days is telling you how bad it is. A real one. Although most of them are calling for market crashes right now. It's too soon. It's not going to happen yet. I think when we probably get, and I hate to put a time frame onto it, so I'm not going to, but when we get a little bit further into this hyper bubble and you start seeing stock market lines no longer even just climbing a little, but they start going literally up, up. Just like you would expect them coming down in a crash. When you see them going up, up, that's when you have to question it. Seriously question it. If you have anything in the stock market that is profitable, get it out and convert it to silver as fast as you can. If you convert it to crypto, you'll lose because when it crashes, you can't convert that crypto to anything but fiat dollars. They're going to be worthless. So put it in a hard asset that you can hold in your hand and keep it at home. Don't tell anyone you have it. Blue Rose Rambling saying get antibiotics. Absolutely. Painkillers. Absolutely. Those things that you know you use now, get them. But later, yeah, anything that you can help with regard to pain and suffering or infection, not just for you, but anyone you know, make sure you have one. It's one of the things I'm lacking on. I don't really have an emergency kit here. I have some things, but it's not something that I concentrated on. I concentrated more on the food. We all have our holes. That's one of mine. So you just have to find a way to fill them. Divine relaxation and sleep. I like the name. Saying they would like to buy silver locally. Would you advise against it? No, I wouldn't advise against it. I'd strongly advise you to do it if you can. And you can look at the reputation of the people you're buying from first. You know, if the silver is there and you know that it's silver because it's proven to be silver, you know, they have a silver tester. So as long as you can weigh it right there, pay for it right there, bring it right home, then do it. But if you have to give some local guy some money that you really don't know and you're walking out with no money and you don't have the silver yet, well, you better know his reputation. If you're going into a silver shop and they have the coins right there, great, get them. Green Thumb asking, would you suggest closing a 401k or withdrawing in increments? As a very good question. I don't like 401ks because they are nothing more than a paper contract that looks great on paper, but all you can do is convert it to paper, right? So if you can take a 401k and roll it over into gold or silver, silver is better, then do that. Put it into a hard asset like that is low right now and will go up. Don't put it into an overpriced house right now where the bubble is going to burst and come down in value, unless you really want that overpriced house. Put it into an asset that will go up, one that you hold yourself.
Almost done.
All right. DeFi is saying painkillers are difficult to get. Yeah, but you know what? Just get over the counter. Get over the counter Tylenol, the ones that they sell at Walmart, whatever it is you've got to get. Personally, I just took mine a few minutes ago, so I'll tell you what I use. Tylenol. That's it. Just grab a few extra bottles. Grab as many as you can. If you're looking to use them for barter, try to get them in little packets. You know, where they have 2 in a packet. They do sell them like that. They sell them in a box, and individually they're wrapped to a packet. They're expensive, but if you're looking to use them for barter later, they're fabulous.
There.
All right. All right, so everybody take a look at the list that Autumn just put into the live chat. OTC, antibiotics, lighters, kerosene, of course, food, batteries, accumulators, alcohol, garbage bags, toilet paper, paper products of any kind, cleaning products. Yes, I can tell you one of the things he said on there was that you can buy all the food you want, but it's really tough to get disinfectant. So get it now while you can. Gloves, masks, any kind of first aid kits, rainwater barrels, and buckets. Yes.
Yeah. He said that one of the reasons why people were perishing as much as they were was because they were dirty.
Yeah.
Infections.
Yeah.
So in order to, to avoid that, keep your body clean, keep your environment clean.
Yep. You know, one of the things, and I know some of my friends thought I was a loony bin when I did this, but when they closed the economy down, right? A lot of the places, the individual businesses shut down. Well, the hotels shut down too. And I used to be an accountant for the Hilton hotel chain. So that was one of the many jobs that I used to hold a contract for. So I contacted the people at the hotels, and I said, okay, you guys are shutting down, but is there anything you're willing to part with? And they said, well, actually, because we have to disinfect everything now because we have orders from the state to do that, we have to get rid of just about everything. And I said, what are you getting rid of? And they sent me a list. I grabbed, and it sounds crazy, I know it sounds nuts, but I grabbed all the small soap, you know, the pre-packaged small soaps that they always have in the bathrooms, all the shampoos, the conditioners, the mouthwash, all the body washes that they had, all the small bars of soap. I grabbed as much as I could. And that's one of the things, even before food, that I put downstairs in the basement here, boxes and boxes of that stuff. One, it's great to have. It may not be the best that you want. It's not the kind that you may normally use in your everyday life, but you know what? They come in small packets. You can put them in little Ziploc bags. You got a great bottleable item right there.
Yes.
And if nothing else, that stuff lasts forever. And I never have to buy any of that ever again. If I want to use that kind, I can. Because it was the Hilton hotel chain, it's all really good stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to find unique ways to secure that kind of stuff, but those tiny little bars of soap will come in handy in an SHTF situation.
Right.
So think about things like that.
Right.
Um,
So for those of us, that say, well, because I remember I had done a video, oh my gosh, a long time ago, on the importance of taking care of your pets and making sure they get bathed and, things like that, having their nails clipped and, making sure they go to the vet, because I feel that that is a part of prepping, especially when you are a pet owner. And I was bashed for making sure my pets are clean. I was bashed for that. And I'm thinking, do you have any idea?
right.
They can get skin infections.
Yeah.
If they are not bathed, not on a regular basis. I'm not talking every week, but at least once a month, every other month, or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
I mean, not for nothing. I know a lot of us here are pet owners, okay? And I have explained every situation in which Ridley came from, Penelope came from, Little Miss came from. You don't want to see what it's like when your pet gets overrun with fleas, what happens to their skin.
Right.
So when you're prepping for your pet, make sure you get a good supply of their flea and tick medicine, please. You don't want to see what happens to them when they get overrun. You don't want to see it.
Right.
You don't want to see it, because I've seen it. You don't want to see it. Just say.
I agree. Absolutely. Nikki's asking if you want to give Zuzu a bath. She needs one. There you go.
Well, I just gave all three of mine a bath last night, so.
Right. Yeah, try wrestling this one. No, she doesn't like water.
That's when you just have to bring her to the groomer and say, here you go. That's your job.
Right. Hmm. Uh, hmm. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
shampoo. If you can't do lice shampoo, because sometimes that stuff doesn't even work. Tea tree oil. So
Yeah.
tea tree oil works.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just think about those things that you've got to provide because they're part of your household, whatever they are, cats, dogs, whatever. You know,
No, not
they're
for
not just,
cats.
yeah, yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, believe it or not, I used to have one that was a Persian, and that cat needed to be bathed on a regular basis because there was no way of getting through the 7-inch long fur to the skin on that cat to be able to make sure that it wasn't going to get matted or that there wasn't a flea issue from here to there. You know, when it's 7 inches long. One time we shaved it down because we had to, and man, I'll tell you, the poor thing looked like a rat with a long tail. I mean, just there was nothing left.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, but you have to make sure that you can deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, tea tree oil works really great with lice. Matter of fact, my niece, Cariana, she first day of school, she came home with it. Like
Wow.
already? Yeah. And she's got hair. Oh my God, her hair. Oh.
You gotta wonder, how do they get it so fast? You know, what are they doing? Wearing each other's clothes and hats? I mean,
First day of school, she came home with it. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
wow. Crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was
Well,
terrible.
keep stalking, guys. Don't stop. You know, do what you gotta do to make sure you have what you have. And I know it's expensive and I know it's not easy to do, but make sure you're thinking of your pets while you're doing it. You know, we don't know when this ceiling is going to come down.
No.
I just don't think it's going to be right away. I'm not seeing the signs that it's going to be right away. So keep going with the food. Put a little bit of paper away for some shiny stuff and learn from the history lessons. Check out that video on Bosnia. Really learn from history because if you don't, you'll regret it.
History always repeats itself,
It does.
unfortunately.
And that's not long ago history. You know, that's just a few years back. So you want to make sure you're ahead of it.
Well, thank you, TL. We're amazeballs.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet and spicy. Check out Autumn's most recent videos. There's one in there that she does with regard to a gentleman from Bosnia. So it's in one of Autumn's videos. Very recent.
Night, Steph.
So anyway, you guys, everybody that is interested in the newsletter, contact me, send me an email, let me know. Yes, newsletter, I'm interested. That's all you got to write. I'll be getting back to each one of you. And otherwise, I'm going to let Autumn relax for the rest of the night now and go do what you do. And you guys take care, everybody. And if you have any questions, send me an email. All right?
Yeah.
We're going to do Friday night again. We'll do Friday night.
Friday night, 7:00, my channel. Absolutely.
All right. We'll see everybody Friday night, 7:00.
Right on.
All right.
Love you guys.
All right. Good night. Good night, everyone.